Hey girl, let's talk crime. So this is 14-year-old Seth Jackson. He was born in February 1996 to his parents Scott and Sonia, and he and his older two brothers were raised in Summerville, Florida. So when Seth was 14 years old, he began dating a 15-year-old girl by the name of Amber Wright. Now this relationship seemed like the perfect puppy love situation. However, there were a lot of cheating allegations, and according to Amber, they did smoke weed often and even tried harder drugs such as cocaine together. Seth had claimed that he was head over heels for Amber, wanted to be with her for the rest of his life. However, just 3 months into the relationship, it had ended because Seth had found out that Amber had slept with an 18-year-old by the name of Michael Bargo. And although Seth was extremely heartbroken behind this, and no matter what his parents did to try to comfort him through this breakup, he did want Amber back. But at some point, it got really messy, and he and Amber would consistently go back and forth on social media saying like really terrible things about one another. Now, Michael absolutely hated Seth, one, because he was with the person that he wanted, but also he was under the assumption that Seth had been abusing Amber. And so one day they were hanging out. This was in April of 2011 at a friend's house, and he said that they needed to kill Seth. Nobody liked him and he needed to be dead. Now, everyone there just assumed that he was joking, but it became pretty clear pretty quickly that he was very serious and a plan was put in place. So the plan was that they were going to lure Seth to 18-year-old Charlie Eli's trailer, and then they were going to torture and kill him. So on April 17th, 2011, around 8 p.m., 15-year-old Amber sends a text message to 15-year-old Seth and tells him that she wants to work things out. She wants him to come to Charlie's house so that they can talk about it, but doesn't want him to let anyone know that they are meeting. Seth was initially kind of put on guard, like not knowing if this was a trap or not. Told Amber, if you're trying to get me jumped, like, I swear you'll never see me again. Amber reassures him, like, no, it's nothing like that. Just come over so that we can talk. So the plan was, as soon as Seth walked through the door, 20-year-old Justin Soto was supposed to attack him. However, he claimed he couldn't do it because he was 15, and that's when Amber's brother Kyle attacked him first. Once Seth had realized that he had in fact been set up, he was shot by Michael, but then he was able to get out of the trailer. He had gotten to the road. Now, one article says that is when Justin tackled him to bring him back to the trailer, but then another article stated that Michael had shot him again, and then they brought him back to the trailer. So they did end up bringing him back to the trailer, and then that is when they put him in the bathtub. During this time, Seth is still alive, and Michael is now beating him while he is in the bathtub. It is said that the others are cleaning up blood or any other evidence around from earlier when they had shot and attacked him. Now, it wasn't until Michael realized that Seth was still alive even after he had been shot multiple times and after Michael was hitting him, and then that is when he shot him in the face, killing him instantly. Once Seth was dead, Michael had pulled out his teeth with pliers and then told the group that they would need to break his kneecaps in order to get him to fit inside of a sleeping bag. He was then put inside the sleeping bag and then taken outside where a fire had been started. His body was placed inside of it, and it was said that they continued partying, drinking, and just living life while Seth was burning in the backyard. Now, during all of this, Seth had not come home. He was pretty responsible and would always tell his parents where he was if he was going to be late. And when that had not happened, his mother did grow increasingly concerned, and she did end up reporting him missing. Now, by the following day, it was on the news that 15-year-old Seth Jackson was missing. So the following day, Amber's stepbrother, Kyle Hooper, was at home with his mother when the news came on about Seth's disappearance. He ends up cracking and telling his mother he knows that Seth is dead and that he was involved in it. And so, of course, the mother then goes down to the police station, and that is when they figure out and piece this plan together.
You're an adult, correct? Juvenile and juvenile, correct? All right? Mm-hmm. You two are under 18 and you're 18. You're all going to be booked with first-degree premeditated murder. You two will go to the Juvenile Assessment Center. You will go to the Marion County Jail. Okay? Take a deep breath. You'll have no bond. Getting out.
20-year-old Justin Soto avoided a trial, pled guilty to first-degree murder, and was sentenced to life in prison. Kyle Hooper was sentenced to life without. Charlie Eli was sentenced to life without, but she did appeal and was released in 2020. Amber was sentenced to life in prison, and Michael was given the death penalty.